What was it even about? I can't even remember now. Something stupid, I'm sure. I said something, he got mad, and next thing I knew, the door slammed shut. Animal Cmoves was gone. Just like that, I sat there, the silence of our apartment suddenly deafening, a pit of regret forming in my stomach. I should have gone after him. I should have just said I was sorry. But I didn't. I just sat there, hoping he'd cool off and come back. That was my first mistake. He never even made it to the end of the block. A shadow detached itself from a darkened alleyway. It was him, the puppeteer, before Animal Cmoves could even react, to even bark a warning. The villain lunged. There was no grand fight, no struggle, just a strange, swirling energy, a new power the puppeteer had acquired. It wrapped around Animal Cmoves, a hypnotic mist that seeped into his very being. His smart, energetic fur shifted, turning into a void of pure black. His intelligent brown eyes flared into a menacing, burning red. The familiar blue crackle of his collar, the one he used for his electric powers, twisted into a sinister, dark purple energy. The puppeteer smiled. The canine genius was his now. A day went by, then two. By the third, I was sick with worry. By the fifth, I was frantic. Then, a week after he left, I saw it. I was pacing, chewing on the furniture, my own anxiety making my light powers flicker uncontrollably. The TV was on, just for noise, but then I heard his name. A news anchor with a somber face was on the screen. The city's beloved hero, the canine genius known as Animal Cmoves, has been declared missing. A picture of him flashed on the screen, him smiling, that goofy, brilliant look in his eyes. The regret I felt before was nothing. Compared to the wave of guilt that crashed over me now, it wasn't just a fight. He was missing because of me. Because I was too proud, too stubborn to say two simple words. I had to find him. I had to bring him home. I tore through the city like a comet. My light powers, usually so controlled, were a desperate, flaring beacon of my own panic. I didn't care who saw. I just needed him to see Animal Cmoves. Animal, where are you? I shouted his name until my throat was raw, my voice echoing off skyscrapers and down empty streets. I checked all our old spots, the fire hydrant we both marked, the hot dog stand where we'd sneak scraps, the tech lab where he loved to tinker. Nothing, just the sympathetic, pitying looks from strangers as this frantic white staffy darted past them, glowing with desperation. Every dead end, every empty alley felt like a punch too. The gut, the guilt was eating me alive. This was my fault. I had to fix it. I finally found him in the old city park we used to train together. For a split second, relief washed over me so intensely my legs almost gave out. Animal. I called out, my tail starting a hopeful wag, but as he turned, the relief froze in my chest, replaced by a cold dread. This wasn't my friend. His fur was a starless night, his eyes glowing with a malevolent red light that pierced the dusk. The air around him crackled with a dark, corrupted energy emanating from his collar. He stood stiff, unnaturally still, like a marionette waiting for its strings to be pulled, and standing in the shadows behind him, a sickeningly familiar grin on his face, was the puppeteer. "Looks like your little stray came home," the villain sneered. "Just not to you." There was no time for words, no time for pleading. With a silent, chilling command from the puppeteer Animal, Cmoves lunged. It was brutal. He came at me with a ferocity I'd never seen, his electrical powers twisted into jagged bolts of dark energy that tore up the ground around me. He wasn't holding back. He was trying to hurt me, to destroy me. I threw up shields of light, dodging and weaving, my heart breaking with every corrupted attack. "Animal, it's me." "Sonny, snap out of it," I cried, but my words were lost in the storm of his assault. I couldn't fight him back, not really. I couldn't bring myself to hurt him. This wasn't a fight against my friend. It was a fight for him. I had to use my light not as a weapon against him, but as a way to reach him, to cut through the darkness that had him in its grip. He backed me into the old oak tree, his red eyes burning with a cold fury that wasn't his own. He was preparing a final, massive blast, dark energy gathering around his collar, enough to take me out for good. I had one chance, ignoring the pain, ignoring my own exhaustion. I focused everything I had left, all my hope, my regret, my love for him. I gathered it all into a single, blinding point of pure, concentrated light. It wasn't an attack. It was a cure. I fired the beam, not at him, but directly at the source of the corruption, his collar. The light hit its mark with a deafening shatter of energy. The dark purple glow sputtered and died. The hypnotic influence broke like glass. Animal Cmoves staggered back, shaking his head as if waking from a nightmare. His fur flickered, the inky black receding to his familiar, beautiful border collie pattern. His eyes blinked, the hellish red fading back to his warm, intelligent brown. He looked at me, exhausted and confused, but he was free. He was himself again. Impossible! The puppeteer roared, stepping out from the shadows, his face contorted with rage. No one breaks my control. He didn't give us a moment to recover. A barrage of digital attacks, corrupted code, and hard light constructs erupted from his hands, aimed at both of us. But he had made a critical mistake. He wasn't facing one hero anymore. He was facing two. Animal Cmoves, though weak, staggered to his feet beside me. A familiar blue spark crackled from his now cleansed collar. We looked at each other, a silent understanding passing between us. This wasn't about our stupid fight anymore. This was about protecting each other. My light and his electricity, once at odds, now intertwined. We met the puppeteer's assault with everything we had, a desperate, chaotic brawl under the park lights. We were outnumbered and outmatched, but we were united, faced with our combined strength. The puppeteer faltered. With a final curse, he dissolved into a stream of pixels, fleeing back into the digital ether. This isn't over. His voice echoed as he vanished. The park was suddenly quiet, save for our ragged breaths. The adrenaline faded, leaving only a deep, bone-weary exhaustion. I stumbled, my legs finally giving out. Animal Cmoves collapsed next to me, just as drained. We just lay there for a moment on the cool grass, the threat gone but the danger still lingering. He nudged my head with his, a silent apology that I returned in kind. We leaned against each other, two exhausted heroes, battered but not broken. We were reunited. We knew the puppeteer would be back, and the next fight would be even harder, but we would face it, just like we did tonight, together. Thank you for watching our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see what happens next in our adventures. See you soon. By the way, tomorrow Animal will tell his side.